Hello, I'm Joe Barks. Welcome to another edition of The Road Back, brought to you by Club and Resort Business, Club and Resort Chef, and the Club and Resort Chef Association. Today's episode is sponsored by Peacock and Lewis Architects and Planners, with offices in North Palm Beach and Naples, Florida. Peacock and Lewis specializes in the programming and master planning of facilities for new golf course communities and the major remodeling of clubhouses for member-owned clubs. The firm's focus is always on the planning and design of club amenities that are functional, attractive, unique, and memorable for the golf and social experiences of both members and their guests, through a belief that much like learning to play golf well, designing great clubhouses requires developing consistency, paying attention to small details, and continually striving to improve. For details on the many award-winning projects that Peacock and Lewis has designed, detailed, finished, and furnished to create unique and distinctive clubhouse environments tailored to the needs and characteristics of their specific properties, visit peacockandlewis.com. For today's fresh insights into how club and resort properties are meeting the challenges posed by the coronavirus outbreak and finding new and innovative ways to boost business levels and return to full operation, we're going to head down to Naples, Florida to get an update from the club at Mediterra, which completed a two-phase, multi-million-dollar clubhouse renovation at the end of last year. With us today from Mediterra are General Manager and Chief Operating Officer Carmen Mosseri and Max Pacino DeBoer, the club's Director of Marketing and Membership. Thank you both for giving us a few minutes today. Carmen, maybe you could start by giving us a quick recap and timeline for all that the renovation project involved.
Great, thank you, Joe, and thank you for having us today. And I'd like to echo your comments on Peacock and Lewis first. We have been engaged with Peacock and Lewis for roughly 10 years on little mini projects and large projects. We are currently just completed phase 2 of a 3-phase project on our clubhouse. Mediterra has done roughly about $55 million in capital improvements in the last 4.5 years. The principal projects we completed was our golf courses and our clubhouse. But I gotta tell you, award-winning is certainly a good way to phrase it. After our second phase of the 3-phase project at our clubhouse, before it was even completed, it seemed like we were winning awards through Peacock and Lewis, best clubhouse, best indoor-outdoor feeling and dining areas, which Max may touch on later. But just an incredible firm there, and I was just with Brian Idle last week, so it is a great company, and they did a wonderful job for us.
I understand a kind of a unique aspect of what you've done so far was you really enhanced the facilities and the work experience and environment for your staff as well as for the membership. You have a new employee cafeteria, you have workstations, and some access to special resources. Can you give us a little details on what that part of the project has involved?
It was critically important for us to try and focus on our staff. And now, we're in the middle of COVID, and I think during a crisis, the pillars that you want to hit is you want to make sure your staff feels appreciated. You want to make sure they're able to be connected with each other. And you want to make sure that you can create some type of normalcy in an uncertain world. We didn't know COVID was going to hit, but it turns out our project has been able to meet the needs during the crisis and not. To focus on the staff, I'll take you in the room that we're actually sitting in right now. And it might not look like it, but Max and I are farther than 6 feet apart. This is our what we call our Medi room. And this glass area behind me is just a main hallway through, which you'll probably see people walking behind us through the clubhouse. This is where all the staff meetings are held. Staff internal committees are held, executive committee, leadership meetings. And I thought it was important for, staff of different departments to be able to see in and see progress happening. So this room is, a couple thousand square feet. It's overexpanded with technology, and we're able to do many facets and arrange this room in numerous ways. Additionally to that, as you touched on, we did update the locker rooms in the cafeteria. I think that they're probably some of the finest in the nation. We have an all-day sort of snack shop down there where any staff member can go down there and grab a quick bite to eat. We also serve, of course, team meals multiple times a day. There are a couple 60-inch TVs that may scroll certain news about the club down there, new items that we're trying, new initiatives that we're working on, and of course, just maybe a movie here and there so the staff can relax. But on top of that, some of the things that have generated the most response from the team is our learning library and our Know Your Stuff hallway. So often, I've been to a lot of clubs and a lot of restaurants and companies, and it seems all the basic information isn't readily available. So we created a hallway that is called Know Your Stuff, and it's titled down this 25-foot hallway that has all of the staff needs, egresses, exits, AED machines, overhead maps of the property and facility, labor laws, club policies, etc. And then adjacent from that, we have the Mediterra Learning Library, which features a couple thousand titles of different books that range from education to self-help to motivation. And that concept really sparked when I was sitting in a few Delta lounges, and I was always able to connect my device to this chair and be able to research things. So that spawned, and the staff and the team rallied around that. So we got those chairs. We have the iPad sitting right there that the staff's able to connect in and look at CMA webinars or various materials. And then right across from those smart chairs and smart room is the couple thousand titles that we have called the Learning Library. So with that, that's a high level look at how we have helped the staff. And really during that build, working with Peacock and Lewis, I wanted to create an efficient club. We wanted to create a club that allowed the staff to be able to do their job as best as they could and as quickly as they could. We wanted to create an environment that we wanted to foster education and growth and progress. And the learning library, the efficiencies of some of the staff quarters that we didn't touch base about on the main floor, and rooms like this all hit on those points that the staff has really embraced. I got to tell you, it's nice to tour the members around these spots. We've held member committees in this room, but when you hear the staff and you hear how excited they are about these spaces and how they're using them and how it doesn't feel like work, it feels like a home. You know that you did it right. We're very proud of that.
Well, I know a lot of those enhancements were planned pre-COVID, but how have they helped your employees and as well as the new features and amenities in your clubhouse for your membership? How's all that helped you respond to the challenges that the pandemic brought about?
Yeah, it's been incredible. As I mentioned, I think the main thing that we've been able to achieve with the staff is a sense of appreciation. And when life isn't certain, people are not certain every day if they're going to be furloughed or hired or not. We've really been able to show we haven't furloughed anybody or laid off any worker at Mediterra during this pandemic, and each one of them has had a sense of appreciation. They've engaged and embraced with each other. They've used their time even more so with the learning library, but even times like this, Joe, what you and I are doing, we've been able to connect with our staff on a virtual level, on a social distance level, because of the enhancements and the sheer growth of our footprint at Mediterra. We've been able to do that as we have internal staff meetings multiple times a week with various departments. So it's really streamlined our organization, it's connected us, and it's given the staff in a world of uncertainty a sense of normalcy and appreciation.
That's great. Max, how about all the improvements, how they helped you maintain momentum on the membership side during all this?
Well, Joe, thank you, by the way, for having me as well. I didn't get to jump in when you said welcome. The COVID pandemic hit right after the renovations were complete. So I'm dying to show the place off, and I have no one to show it to because we are protecting the members and staff in what we call the Mediterra bubble. So we weren't allowing visitors. So Carmen said, here's some money. I love when he says that. And we hired a videographer who helped me create a virtual tour. And I got to tell you, it's a nice tour, and it really shows off the facilities well. So that's been a big help. Just members have enjoyed watching it, prospective members, realtors love it. So that's been a really handy tool. But also just, to reiterate some of the things that Carmen has said, having all of our space now be smart spaces, all these different rooms, we have so much technology that we can utilize in engaging members, existing members, prospective members, We've had fitness classes, business meetings, committee meetings. We can just stay connected so much better because of the space. And I guess finally, speaking of space, and thanks to Peacock and Lewis, our outdoor dining space is second to none in Naples. It is huge, it's vast, it's beautiful. So we're able to accommodate more members safely as we started to return to normal from the shutdown. We're able to accommodate more people, and we're looking forward to having an altered but still really fun, eventful season to come, which hits for us November 1. And accommodate more people having a good time in their club because we have the freedom of space.
That's great. What is the update on the current situation? I guess Florida's had some numbers issues, but it's mostly on the other side of the state, isn't it?
Yeah, Florida as a whole has had some, ebbs and flows and ups and downs. Right now we're trailing down, which is good. We were on a peak. We were, I would call, super hot for a while. The team here did an incredible job, and now we're seeing our numbers trend down. So we're excited that hopefully that maintains. Just wanted to touch on a quick point that Max said, and she's spot on. Our outdoor dining space, which has won awards and has been featured in magazines. We had an incredible outdoor dining space before the construction, and many club managers would come and tour that. Now post, I think we've enhanced it by about 5 times, maybe 6 times in square footage, and it offers various views, levels, and scenics of the 218 greens and fairways of the north and south course, and it just couldn't be nicer for the membership. We're able to social distance and be half our capacity and still generate over 100 covers at one time. So it's really helped us out. It's another tribute to Peacock and Lewis.
Well, that's great. I want to thank you all for your input. It's certainly impressive to see and hear about all that you've been able to do and what's still to come during all these crazy times. And we certainly appreciate your help sorting that out for our viewers. Once again, this has been The Road Back, brought to you by Club Resort Business, Club Resort Chef, and the Club Resort Chef Association. And today's episode was sponsored by Peacock and Lewis. If you have a great idea or success story you'd like to share on a future episode of The Road Back, please contact us at editor@clubresortbusiness.com.